Sports Minutes with Raushan.
Money FM 89.3. It's time for Sports Minutes with me, Raushan. Now, if you're an avid listener of the show, you'd be aware that a couple of weeks ago, my regular partner in crime, Deepan Raj Ganesan, implored me to speak to a certain Matt Silva, captain and custodian of Tanjong Pagar United. And so this Valentine's Day, I've decided to make Deepan's wish come true. From Canada to Sweden, Portugal to the Philippines, including a pit stop in Gibraltar in between, football has taken Matt Silva on quite the journey, with the latest destination being Singapore. So a journeyman by his own admission, how have the stars aligned to make him a Jaguar? Well, let's find out from the man himself. Matt, a huge welcome to Sports Minutes. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm very good and I'm very excited to speak to you because there's so much to unpack. But first things first, how are you settling into Singapore? Are you enjoying the city?
Yeah, love it. Like we were just talking off air a bit. I've been waiting for my wife to come, which she's with me now finally. So doing all the touristy stuff, which is nice. There's beautiful things to see. But prior to that, just a lot of focus on football and, the daily routine, the daily grind, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about football, but first you touched on your wife being here in the studio with us. How exciting is it to have her with you here and enjoying her company?
Yeah, it's nice. It's been about a month and a half, pushing 2 months. She's staying back in the Philippines with our dog as well, so it's a little bit of a sacrifice, but it comes with the territory. Really nice to have her here, have her watch the games, and have her see all the things I was showing her on FaceTime before in real life now.
Yeah,
so
super.
Yeah, it's been nice.
And Singapore's a beautiful city to take her around as well, right?
Yeah, it is. We're enjoying it.
Let's talk about football. You've obviously joined Tanjong Pagar during the end of last year. How did this move come about? Because to me, it came left field completely.
Yeah, me as well a little bit. Football is about who you know, and it's a small world. And it was just through an agent that's done work with Noh Alam Shah in the past and the club. He reached out to me because I think I fit the profile that they were looking for, someone that is able to work through perseverance and be in teams that are struggling at times, I think. I believe that my time in the Champions League with United City FC, they saw us play competition that was much higher than our level, playing against the likes of BG Pantum, funny enough, Melbourne City FC, Dragons. And I think they just liked my perseverance throughout the matches and seeing my resilience when, maybe we weren't ahead and when we were losing and conceding goals. And those are things that, unfortunately, Tanjong Pagar was kind of dealing with. So that, along with being captain of the last club I was with, I think they needed a leader and stuff. So I think I checked quite a few boxes. And, yeah, it was a great fit. We got on a call. I think we connected quite well, Alam Shah and I. And, yeah, then just paper to pen and... Yeah, pen to paper, and then away you go, yeah.
And here we are, speaking to you, finding out more about Matt Silva. I had your head coach in that very seat that you're sitting in, and he echoed the same sentiments, right, in terms of your commanding presence in goal. How much have you enjoyed the difficulty that comes with joining a club like Tanjong Pagar because they're bottom of the league?
I like pressure. Yeah, I think it's part of my characteristics. I enjoy the responsibility. It's sort of, I think I was saying to another reporter prior, it's sort of my love language. Like, I enjoy doing things for others, taking the burden off of people. Yeah, it's kind of a match made in heaven, I guess. Obviously, you don't want to be in a team that's struggling. However, it puts me in a situation where I can thrive and I can try to help the team. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it so far, definitely.
I love the fact that you touch on love language, considering this episode is airing on Valentine's Day. That's a nice touch. You might have a future in broadcast as well, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Tanjong Pagar. The question when I put out that social media post, top of mind for everybody is, why Tanjong Pagar? Purely because of where they are in the league. You talk about wanting that perseverance, but was there a part of you that almost second-guessed joining a bottom club like Tanjong Pagar?
I mean, it's obviously something you do. You do your research and you see and you go, oof, bottom of the table. You see the goals conceded. And I think I just saw it as a challenge. I'm not going to shy away from a challenge. I've traveled all over the world since a young age, having to go through different problems and issues. And it's a struggle. It's a grind, right? So this is just another part of the journey and a grind. And like I said, after that first chat with Alam Shah, I really did believe his future and his passion for the club and everything. And I felt that he and I aligned with just our thought processes and how, we want to attack the situation that the club is in. And, you can have the theory of there's only one way, which is up, which is good and to be a part of. And to be in the stepping stones of that is really nice. And, yeah, as a goalkeeper, sometimes when you make a move, it's because they need a goalkeeper, because you're conceding goals. So, yeah, it's always great to be on the team where you're not seeing any shots and you're winning 1-0, 0-0-0-0 all the time. But yeah, I'm enjoying the pressure. Like I said, so far, I'm glad that the beginning of the season is fruitful to some extent, and we're going, little wins by little wins. So yeah, that's why TPU. It was not that hard of a decision. Honestly, it was just accepting the challenge and belief in what was being presented to me.
No, I absolutely love that, and I can't wait to get stuck in terms of results and everything that Alam Shah is doing during training. But you are Canadian. We've had a very famous Canadian play in the local league before, and his name is Jordan Webb. Do you know him personally? Do you know of him?
My boy.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, so we both played for a club, an academy back home called the Toronto Lynx, as well as a few other players as well. Sharif Al-Masri, I think he played for Young Lions as well. But yeah, Jordan Webb, I know, Tampines, maybe legend you could say, but he's been here for quite a long time. And growing up, going to school and stuff, you always knew about him, coming back to Canada, and you're talking to him, how is it in Singapore, So yeah, absolutely. When this opportunity came up, he was the first person I messaged right to Instagram. Hey, Jordan, what's up? How is it? He gave me the lowdown. He said it was great. He loved his time here. But alongside from him, I've had some other players and past teammates that have been here also. Mark Hartman at Geylang, had Ricky Sendra at Geylang as well, Wataru Murafushi at Alberix. So I kind of had a few people that I could speak to. And yeah, they all just had, honestly, amazing things to say. So that also made my decision quite easy to make the move, yeah.
And I'm sure I speak on behalf of Tanjong Pagar fans when we want to thank Jordan Webb for the good word on Singapore that's seen Matt Silva join the Jaguars, right? Let's talk about the reaction. What was your wife's reaction? What was family and friends' reaction when you decide to embark on this adventure in Singapore?
Honestly, I think they're used to it now, like the stress of it. There's been crazy moves that happen last minute. You got to leave in like 5 days, 10 days. Yeah, like it's part of it. I've found myself in a situation where I'm a traveling footballer. I enjoy it. Sometimes it's situational. Sometimes it kind of just lands on your lap, or sometimes better opportunities present themselves. Yeah, I think we were all excited for it. I was just in Southeast Asia now, the third time around in the Philippines. Maybe not necessarily time for a change, but the opportunity to go to a different country, be seen by different people, have different experiences like this, for example, helps you to grow as a person and a footballer all around. So, yeah, it was not a no-brainer in a sense, but for me, I never really, speaking to people, if they say, is there anywhere you'd love to go or you wouldn't go? Anywhere. Just present it to me and we'll go from there. So, yeah, I was excited. Everyone all around was very supportive, and like we were saying, my wife's with me right now too, so you can see the support is very close.
Yeah, the appetite for adventure from you especially really comes through in this conversation. Let's talk contracts. Am I correct to say you're contracted to Tanjong Pagar for the next 6 months?
To the end of the season, yeah. So it's until end of June, I believe.
Okay, we'll talk about the contract situation and whether Singapore has done enough to convince Matt to stay. I know there's a lot of moving parts, but I do want to ask you about having the armband. I was highly surprised on the day that you made your debut for Tanjong Pagar, because we all knew Tanjong Pagar was signing this brand new goalkeeper, but to see you emerge from the tunnel with the armband caught me by surprise. Were you as surprised when the decision was relayed to you?
Yes, I was. Obviously, we had the departure of Akram to LCS, which was nice to see him play in that last match. It was nice to see him with a smile on his face and playing, and especially against us, it was good. I didn't have a long time with him, but going from captain to captain, it was just nice to have that experience and have a chat with him after the match. Yeah, I didn't necessarily expect it to happen. However, like I said, it's kind of in my nature, it's in my personality to lead, to push the boys as much as I can, to demand high expectations and quality from everyone. And I think I just echoed a lot of what Alam Shah was pushing. So yeah, I was a bit surprised, of course, but at the same time, it's something that's not. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like I didn't expect it, but it's kind of who I am, and whether it be captain with it on my armband or just a leader in general, it's a position I found myself in, and I enjoy it. Like I said, it's a love language type thing, so it kind of follows me around. Last clubs have been captain as well, and it's something that it helps me too. It helps me stay focused, help me push the boys, and really stay focused throughout the season.
And Alam Shah said the same thing in terms of your commanding presence in goal as well. Let's talk about Alam Shah for a while.
Yeah.
You talk about having these calls with him and him making a really good impression. Were you aware of his legendary status in Singapore prior to signing for the club?
Not at all. Honestly, it's a bit ignorant, but it's the truth. And I'm actually quite happy that that's the way I was presented to him. Maybe I should have done a bit more research and found out who he was and stuff, but I think that maybe changes the way you act with someone and maybe the way you respond, and maybe get a little starstruck, for example. But it was nice just to speak to him on an equal playing field, and I think that maybe that's sort of why we hit it off so well, is because we were just able to talk to each other as equals. Right away got on the same page and says, okay, this is a good match and let's go from there. So yeah, I mean, as I've been here now, I keep hearing people telling me about him and stuff like that. But for me, my my first impression of him was like, okay, this is a footballer, a player's coach that understands what it's like to be as a player. He knows exactly what he wants. He's going to make it very clear. And I like all those things. And he's putting a lot of, not pressure, but responsibility on me. And he's going to make it very clear, black and white, what I need to do. And for me, I couldn't ask for any more. And then, as I've gotten later and later into being here, I know that comes with a lot of his own accolades and his own achievements that back up what he's saying. So, just doubled down. And, I've been thrilled to be here with him.
If you haven't already Googled it, go check out his 8 goals he scored in one match against Laos. That will live in Singaporean football folklore forever, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Alam Shah, the coach.
Sure.
You've mentioned in various interviews in terms of the intensity that he requires in training.
Yeah.
How much intensity are we talking about?
No walking. No messing around. You're there for training for, your 1 hour and a half, 2 hours. And you're there to work.
Yeah.
We're privileged to be footballers. We could be doing other jobs that people don't necessarily want to do. So to only be there for 2 hours, you got to really focus and switch on. And he's not wasting his time because he's there beforehand and after, and along with the other staff as well, right? From kitmen, masseuse, medical staff, all the way to the goalkeeper coach, assistants, everyone. So they're putting in much more than 2 hours a day. I can tell you that. And we got a lot to learn. And to be fair, when he was coming in, the club was in a bad state. We're still trying to get ourselves out of that state, which is going to be difficult and has been difficult. So there's not really any more time for playing around and joking around. I think the last 12, 14 months, whatever it was, prior to me coming and him coming back, has been kind of that. Not necessarily saying that they weren't taking it seriously. However, you kind of sometimes need a nice kick up the butt to change things. So, it's high demanding. But if you kind of go off track a little bit, you won't be shy to let you know. That's for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine just how intense Noh Alam Shah can be, especially in those situations. You talk about the intensity he asks for, right, in terms of the backroom staff, the players, you included. How do the players respond? Because you as captain obviously have to lead the way, but are the players also playing ball in that sense?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's tough for me to know comparatively to what it was prior to, but since I arrived here, it was 5 weeks or so of preseason. We're doing double days while everyone's eating Christmas dinner and doing whatever, going on vacation. But everyone was quite committed. Of course, like it's normal to not complain, but to be tired and to not want to wake up and do the extra 10K run and go to the gym and XYZ. But at the end of the day, everyone worked hard. Everyone pushed. Everyone was pushing each other and themselves. And it really brought us together as a team, which I think that during the last few games, if we're going to talk about the small little wins that we can find within the matches, we've had perseverance to push all the way to the end, score goals late, not concede, let's say, against DPMM when there was chances they had. So I think those are little things that have been inbred into us, whether we knew it or not. But I think everyone's been on board, and I think the last few results, even though if they weren't all wins, have definitely proven that.
On the eye test alone, there is a recent revival in terms of what Tanjong Pagar is putting out. So there is method to Alam Shah's madness almost. Let's talk about you as a foreign player, right? I feel like I know the answer to this question because you're going to tell me pressure is your love language. But with foreign players, there's a slot, there's a quota, right?
Sure.
And more often than not, with clubs, I'm sure you've seen it for yourself, they bring in attacking players.
Yeah.
But you as a goalkeeper, did you almost feel added pressure when you took on that one of the slots?
Well, pressure's my love language. Not necessarily, I guess. It's kind of a stigma across Southeast Asia that you don't sign a foreign goalkeeper. Like you were saying, it's always the center back or the flashy striker or winger. But I think slowly but surely across Southeast Asia, looking at the landscape, more clubs are starting to realize the value of a goalkeeper and the value of not conceding goals as much or as easily. And they bring a lot more to the table. Let's say, typically they're usually the loudest ones on the pitch. They see everyone. They see everything. So I think a lot of them find themselves in leadership captain type roles as well. So that's an intangible that you can't really see on paper, but is valuable to sign as a foreigner. So maybe a little pressure, sure. But I think just as a foreigner in general, you always have to be the ones to push the level, push the standard, regardless of where you are. So kind of the same. And I mean, the goalkeeper position just is that in general, regardless of where you are. You can't make a mistake. And if you do, you get punished. And it's that simple. So leading by example is pretty much what a goalkeeper is all about. And I'm glad to be another foreign goalkeeper in Southeast Asia, hopefully opening up the opportunity for more goalkeepers to get their chance. Because, it is typically hard to find positions as a keeper.
And you talk about changing mindsets in terms of signing foreign goalkeepers, right? The role of a goalkeeper itself seems to be changing a lot now, a lot more ball playing, not just shot stopping anymore. Where do you rank yourself in terms of modern day goalkeeping?
I think kind of all around. It's, I guess growing up, the methodology wasn't typically like, oh, everything's short, playing through the back and stuff like that. But you have to adapt, and then playing in different countries, different styles. Gibraltar, Portugal, Philippines, Sweden, they all bring their different thing, and different coaches just in general, right? So I'd say like I'm a good all around. I really don't find myself to find one thing where I'm like, oh, this is like my thing, that I excel at. I think it's good just to be a 7, 8, 9 out of 10 on all of them, which is better, well-rounded, And
that adds up to a perfect A sometimes, right?
I hope so, yeah.
You've played 4 games thus far for your club.
Yep.
1 win, 1 draw, 2 losses. Let's talk about that win first. And you mentioned it earlier, the 3-0 victory over Brunei DPMM.
Yeah.
Forget about the 3 goals scored. I want to talk about the no goals conceded. First clean sheet in 45 games for Tanjong Pagar. That tells me a lot about the state the club was in. But how proud did it make you feel to achieve that?
Honestly, it might sound like the corny, like typical answer, but I was so happy for the guys. Like I hadn't been there for the whole struggle, but I could only imagine. So I was really happy for the staff that had to go through it, the players that had to go through that, because I could only imagine the mental battle. So yeah, of course, I was happy. I was happy to come in and show that I could make a difference. But the guys made my life so easy. I maybe had 1 or 2 saves, but to be honest, they did a really, really good job. We worked on it a lot at training and watched video, countless hours of doing shadow play and XYZ, but they all put their body on the line. They all put all those preseason runs into work. And I was just relieved for them and happy to kind of have like a little glimmer of hope to go into the next 2 bigger games. So I really felt the first game too, we probably should have had a clean sheet as well with a penalty shot. But it was first 2 games where it could have been nice 6 points and get us on the right track. But it was the first two results were good and hopefully can build on that moving forward. Yeah,
you talk about that DPMM result being a glimmer of hope, and then there's that draw against Young Lions as well. Since then, a bit of a reality check in terms of 2 losses to BG Patum as well as Lion City Sailors. High quality opposition, so I dare say expected, but what did you learn in terms of those losses? I don't even think a reality check. I think more so, they're good. And 2-1 BG Patum and 4-1 yesterday or in the weekend. I think I still see it as like a positive in a sense. Like, you don't win, it's not positive. But BG Patum, we go into halftime 1-1. Yeah. Not bad on a set piece. Okay, you can fix it. They scored late in the 80th-ish minute. You're taking like Thai ex-champions. Go look at their budget. Like, come on. I felt like a tie in that game actually would have been fair, to be honest. Yeah. I understand they played the day prior and they maybe didn't play their fullest squad. But, like you're saying, you're looking at our table, bottom of the league, and you're looking at them, they're maybe, I think, 3rd or 4th, but regardless, like the facilities, the team, everything. I think it was a moral win, you could say, against them. And then LCS this weekend, same thing. They had a midweek game against Kaya. They were coming off a loss, so they were coming to play us. And, prior to the match, we were in the locker room, we were like, hey, see the lineup? It's like, it's their strongest team. It's like, you know what that means? It's like they fear us or they respect us, but either way, we're in the conversation now. Like, before it was, let's rest some players who play TPU. Now it's like, damn, we got to play TPU. It's going to be a tough one. Yeah. They're going to give us a battle. It's not a rest. So those are all wins. Those are all little wins. And we just want to build on them. So not so much of a reality check. I think more so of if we can look at it in the right light. It's a little optimistic. Yeah, a little optimistic hope there. Yeah. Because you mentioned the dressing room, I'm keen to just pry a little more. How do you react to losses as the club captain? Like, do you go in and put your hand around and tell the boys, it's okay, we'll come back stronger from this, we did this right? Or do you almost go in and say, what the hell, how did this happen?
I guess it's situational. A lot of pride is like the word that's been, given to us. And you can lose with pride and you can lose without pride. You can lose fighting or you can lose just giving up and not running back and not fighting for each other kind of thing. And I think both matches that we just lost, I think we went all the way to the end fighting. Like the last match there, we scored a goal late. Yeah, and then we're pushing. It's like, we were down 4-0 or 3-0, whatever it was, and we're still pushing for more. I think maybe a team at the bottom that's been through such turmoil before would just give up or roll over, and that game turns into 6-0 or something ugly. But we fought back, right? So same thing against BG. I think even after the 2-1, we were pushing, trying to get that extra goal. So, I mean, I think there's a time and a place to coddle and to give love, and there's another time and place for hard love too. But typically at games, you kind of gotta let it go and regroup. Watch the game also. You can't see everything just from the pitch, and emotions are high. So try to be level-headed as much as possible, and then throughout the week kind of piece it out. If you're watching the game back, you send clips to some guys, be like, hey, buddy, this was not good. Or at training, you show them, you're like, hey, you did this in the game. We got to fix this. Or if you see the same recurring mistakes at training, maybe not in front of everyone at a stadium when there's friends and family and the emotions of a game are right there, maybe in training you see it again, and that's when in the comfort of your training zone, then you can kind of give them the tough love. And it's all around too. I tell them too, I was like, guys, I'm human also. I make a mistake, go slaughter me, no problem. Like we're all on the field. You just got to know, there's no hard feelings. Off the field, okay, I'll buy you coffee after. I'll say sorry. It is what it is. So yeah,
I can imagine. Then the good news is you have a chance to make it right against the Sailors because you play them in the Cup this weekend. Let's talk about Matt Silva. You've played in Canada, Sweden, Portugal, the Philippines, and now Singapore. Where does the SPL rank on that list?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the league so far. I like the coverage of it. It's nice because you get to travel around, but you're not on a plane. So in Canada, the travel's quite intense. I'm enjoying it so far. The level's quite good. It's nice to be able to play the likes of LCS, who's playing Shopee Cup in ACL also, in Tampines. And there's big clubs that are in Southeast Asia, well known. So I'm enjoying it so far. I don't know about a ranking system, but I know being in Gibraltar was great to be part of the Europe Conference League qualifiers was great. Being in Portugal, albeit a little bit of a lower level, the club had so much history and the fan base was phenomenal. So that was really good. And then to be in Portugal, to be back with my heritage and my roots, to be in Portugal was amazing too. So they all kind of have their own little pros and cons. And I'm just happy to be here in a different experience and starting off quite well and hopefully keep going that way.
And Matt, by your own admission, you're quite the journeyman. You've been to different countries, you've tried different leagues, and you've tried to embrace all the adventures that you go on. Do you think that's circumstantial in terms of the opportunities opening up, or is that something you've actively sought to do in your career?
I think I kind of just fallen into the path of it. Sometimes it's opportunity, and sometimes, it's situational. It's football. You get injured, you get new coaches, you get investments come and go. So I think at this level of professional football, you kind of have to grind and you kind of have to be resilient and take chances too and not really turn away from any opportunities and network a lot and just kind of keep ready and keep resilient and just kind of know that something's going to come around the corner. And there's definitely times where you're thinking like, it's not going to happen this year. This is an off season. I had a really good opportunity. This is the one, or I'm going to be here for 3 years. Yeah, I love this. Is perfect. And then one day, boom, something changes. So I think you just got to kind of have to keep positive and keep moving forward, as easy as it is to say right now. But there's definitely tough times too, and it helps with a good support system, and it helps just to be stubborn also. Stubborn just to the point of, it becomes like confidence. You're like, yep, something's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Like maybe something deep inside you telling you like, oof, no, it's not. But you just keep going, and then so far something has always come up. So it's taken me some cool places in the world, both as a human being, as like a well-rounded person, but also as a well-rounded footballer too, like we were touching on before, just learning on different styles and different coaches and teammates, and you learn stuff all the way through. So it's not by choice, but I'm happy for it. Yeah, it's cool.
Matt, you're 34 in March, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And a long time ago, you were a kid in Canada, and then somehow you're here now. For any kid listening to this, not particularly in Canada, what would your advice be to them?
Don't get a big dog. We have a big dog with a golden retriever, so he's tough to travel sometimes. But we absolutely love him. We adore him, but it makes travel interesting sometimes. No, my advice to them would be just don't close any doors. Don't burn any bridges. There's no need to be. You can always be the bigger person if that situation comes up. Don't be scared to network. Sometimes people shy away from networking or reaching out to people because maybe they'll get made fun of or it'll seem like too much work or too daunting of a task. But just be free, just be open to all opportunities. Be careful, of course. There's a lot of people in all sorts of life that maybe want to not be the most honest or not put you in the best situations. But I think if you're a good person first, and when people ask around like, oh, how's Matt Silva, let's say, I would hate for them to say, ooh, as a person or as a player.
Okay.
I really don't care what they want. Think of me as a player. Of course I want them to say good, but I want it to be, Matt, great guy, good person, will do anything for you to help. And as a footballer, sure, have your own opinion.
Yeah.
So I think if you can carry yourself like as a good person and a hard worker and someone that's not scared to take chances and network and get yourself out there, then yeah, the opportunities are endless. And with the world that we're in now, it's so easy to reach out to so many people. And if you think you're good enough and you think you have the ability to do it, then like just keep going. Yeah, keep grinding.
I love the fact that you said good person. I had the privilege to sit down with Chris Bosch, who's a former basketball player last week, and I asked him this same question.
About me?
I asked him about Matt Silva, the person. No, I'm kidding. But his advice was to be a good person as well. So clearly you're in great company. And listeners, it's good advice. Don't take it from me. Take it from Matt. Take it from Chris, right? Final question to round it off before we go through around a quick fire.
Cool.
We've talked about your contract situation that sees you through the end of the season. We've talked about you settling into Singapore. Has Singapore done enough to want you to stay beyond 6 months?
I'll go see Gardens by the Bay after this, so we'll see. I think so. And yeah, like I said, it's one of the leagues I'm enjoying so far quite a bit. I'm enjoying the staff that I'm with, the players that I'm with. Everything so far is great. The country's beautiful. It's nice. It's clean. It's quiet. It's organized. I like those things. I like routine. I like it. It's all. It's not crazy, which is cool. Yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it, and all I can say on that is football's crazy. Anything can happen any moment. So just kind of taking it in my mind, day by day. Maybe it's a little bit too short sighted, but like week by week is kind of how we're going. So at the moment, I'd love to stay. I'd love to be here, but obviously no promises. You never know what happens.
I think fans of the local league were already convinced of your ability based on the 4 games, but having sat through this entire podcast, I'm sure they'll want to keep a good person like you in the league. So here's hoping past May you stay with us and your golden retriever comes along as well. We're going to round it off with some quick fire.
All right, let's see.
As the name suggests, keep it quick. First question, if I weren't a footballer, I'd be?
Maybe like something in business or like a metal worker type thing, yeah.
Okay, but if I was a footballer, but I wasn't a goalkeeper, I'd be?
Striker, oh my God. You get to make so many mistakes. I understand it's hard, but like, no, I would like to be a defensive midfielder. I think that it's similar to a goalkeeper. You get to see a lot of it, get to make a lot of tackles, and you still get to yell at people and stuff. And yeah, but just too much running, honestly. Yeah.
I've tried. I've lost my way in midfield before, so I take your point completely.
No, thanks.
Idols in the game.
We were talking a bit before Portuguese heritage. I think it's normal. Just Cristiano Ronaldo, someone that's like an excelling person to see. And then prior to that is Figo as an outfield player, both Portuguese, right? So idols to see them like do so well. And then goalkeeper-wise, I'm a David De Gea fan. Nice. So nice to see him on his resurgence as well.
Usual pre-match routine?
Ooh, to a T. Yeah, I like to wake up early. Breakfast, normal, oatmeal, some berries and stuff like that. Coffee, go for a stroll where I don't talk football at all. It's like I just want to shut off. Then it's back for something simple like a chicken, rice, and veggies, like nothing too special. Yeah, quick nap is always great. And then a bunch of stuff before the game, just like visualization stuff, some eye routine stuff to get your eyes going. The band work, all the extra stuff too. So it's kind of as you go through the stages and as you learn from different coaches and players, you kind of pick up little tricks and habits and stuff like that. But try not to be superstitious, but some things you like to keep going.
Give me a superstition.
I like to have a Snickers before the game.
Okay, nice.
And like I'm not a candies person, a sweets person, fried food person. So like it's like my little treat. Yeah. It's like I've done well all week. I've worked hard. I deserve this. I know what I'm doing. It's like, all right, give me a little Snickers. Give me a little dopamine. Yeah.
I don't even play football professionally and I eat Snickers all the time. But that tells you about my diet. Favorite local food? Have you identified something?
Chicken rice la.
Oh, well done. You got the accent to a T as well.
I hear it all the time. No, the boys go to a hawker mart near the stadium after. Okay. It's nice. You just get to have some banter with the boys and joke around and have some kopi. I go for a kopi C, which is a bit sugary, but again, before training, it's not bad.
Okay.
So yeah, chicken rice is nice. It's simple. It's healthy enough for me. Enjoy it.
Fantastic. Favorite thing to do on your day off, if your wife isn't around, of course?
Not around?
Yeah.
If she is around, we just walk the dog and just chill out. Nothing. FaceTime her and chill. I live a simple life. I'm very simple. I'm liking there's so much outdoor stuff to do here. It's quite nice. Being back in Manila, it's super busy in the city and stuff like that, which has its own benefits as well as tons to do. And there's beaches nearby and everything is great. But yeah, here so far, I'm just trying to get together with some of the guys if I can, try to get closer to them a little bit and have them show me their Singapore, which is, it's been good so far.
You talk about the guys, I'm going to dive a little deeper into the dressing room now. The biggest joker in Tanjong Pagar's dressing room.
It might be the one that just left us, unfortunately, but Fasha, man, I'm sure you've heard. He's always got something to say, and even if it's not in English, it's in Malay, and I don't know what he's saying, I'm just laughing. But yeah, him, Syed is quite funny. Azim's got some things that come out of his mouth, jeez. But Yeah, I'll leave it those ones. Yeah.
Thank you for telling me Fasha, because he put in a question saying, what does Matt think of Fasha? I think you've got that covered,
man,
actually.
I'm sad that I never got to train with him. By the time I got back, he was already in the transition of doing to moving towards coaching. And I respect him a lot. I know that he's been in the game for quite a long time. Now he's helping with some of the goalkeeper training at Tanjong Pagar, and I believe he's moving on as well. So, I know that he's made a big impact on all of the guys, and so, he's been able to help me kind of transition into the team and stuff like that. We've talked off the pitch here and there too. So, great guy. We'll love to, be with him in the keeper union on the pitch. And it's just different when the keeper's in training, So, it would have been fun. But, great guy.
Best dressed teammate?
Oh, I know who not to say.
That's my next question, but tell me best dressed first.
I don't know. I saw Tommy. I live with Tommy. He just left the house. He looked pretty slick. I don't know. I feel like I just see the guys come to training and just like their slides and like we train quite early, right? So be lucky guys are even putting clothes on to get to training. So I don't know. I don't have an answer for it. I'll give it to Tommy. Why not? He just did his hair. It looks nice, all blonde and stuff. Yeah.
You talk about coming to training. Who's always late for training?
No chance I'm throwing my boys under the bus. I know, of course I know. I'm first in, last out. I know.
Spoken like a captain then.
Yeah, no chance.
All right, final question to the captain of Tanjong Pagar United. One aim for the rest of the season?
Small wins. I mean, if you look at the table, it's really a tough task to get us out of last place. It's possible, of course, and I think that we've shown that we can take points from anyone. The cup would be nice. We're in a hell of a group. It's tough. It would have been nice to even get like a draw out of that first game to kind of keep us in the conversation. But regardless, I think just get us small wins. Have us at the end of the season to be a team that other clubs don't want to play. It's a message I keep saying to the boys. It's like, you want to win, but like I want guys to leave our stadium or leave the game going, that sucked. Like that sucked. I want them to have nightmares about the tackles, about us just being relentless all the time. If we can go with that mindset, like we'll sneak a win here and there and a draw here and there and stuff like that. And I think that we have the quality to do well. So I think there's no reason for us to aim for that position, not in the bottom, just get out of there. But in the end, at the end, I want the guys to be able to have some pride at the end of the season to say, okay, that was then. The second half of the season or third round of the group is something that we can be prideful of and move upward and onward from there.
This is absolutely fascinating speaking to you. I was of the opinion, this is my opinion, that Tanjong Pagar lacked character, lacked in terms of leadership, but you've come in and convinced me that the club is moving in the right direction. I've been speaking to the captain and custodian of Tanjong Pagar United, Matt Silva. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Sports Minutes on Money FM 89.3.